we are going to be introducing Cindy's Vibrant Health Tips. And these are very powerful, easy to use tips that you can use in your life to make your life better starting from day one. I would like to share a big one that causes great harm in the body when people don't know this information. And this is called this thing called caffeine. Caffeine has tannic acid in it. Tannic acid is what we use to tan leather. When we do tannic acid on an empty stomach, which is what is in caffeine and green teas and some of these hot drinks we drink in the morning, on an empty stomach, the tannic acid mixes with the hydrochloric acid in the stomach, and therefore the two acids harden in the stomach lining and therefore prevent the body from properly breaking down proteins. Because your stomach design as hydrochloric acid is to break down proteins. And if you're doing this unbeknownst to you and to others by having caffeine on an empty stomach on a daily basis, you're creating a situation where for years and years and years, your body cannot break down properly the proteins you're giving it. And some of the symptoms that this causes is thin skin, and where you can bump it in and easily bruises or cracks and bleeds. This also is an outside symptom of the blood vessels also becoming hard and brittle, which can also crack and break just like the skin. It also causes the heart, which is a muscle, to have problems, and then we also see an incidence of degeneration in the muscle masses. So the muscles don't keep their strength because of malnourishment of protein. Tannic acid kills your bowel flora. And you have a large intestine, 5 to 6 feet long, specifically designed for bacterial breakdown. And so again, you didn't know that drinking coffee is causing problems for the final breakdown of particles through your bowel wall to serve you throughout your entire body. So you're starving yourself. And so how do you prevent that and do it with wisdom? First of all, you always do protein on your belly first before you ever introduce tannic acid to it. And so if you have a bite of an egg or a spoonful of nut butter, you can have a piece of fish or meat that you might have had left over from your night's dinner, so you have it ready for you in the morning to protect your belly. These are all wisdom things that you do. What happens is when you do protein on the belly first, it stops the hydrochloric acid and the tannic acid from hardening your stomach lining. And by the way, for those of you that didn't know that, don't be afraid of this, because you have a brand new stomach lining every 5 to 7 days. So it will come back, but now you do this with wisdom. And you understand that because it kills your bowel flora and your large intestine, which is important for your health and your absorption of nutrition, you also add a bowel flora at night every time you do caffeine. So that would be something that has great acidophilus, bifidus, salivarius, something that has maybe 14 different kinds of flora, so you give your body lots of variety, not just a papaya or a acidophilus, or eat a bite of yogurt. That's not enough. It needs to be a plethora of flora, so a lot of variety. Also, I'd like to recommend too that you have caffeine and it doesn't have you, which means if you have a headache, when you come off it, it had you and you didn't have it. And so again, if we want to master this life, we do things with wisdom and we have mastery over it, and we don't let it have mastery over you. You want to be in the mastery of this life, which really means what's going on in your head is going on in your heart, and it's coming out your mouth, and there's no interruption in the flow. You're speaking the language of a powerful heart. And then your mind becomes in service to your heart and is no longer in charge. And we must understand that we have to follow health tips that will bring health to our bodies, so that we can turn ourselves into the transformation, the solution for the planet, and not the problem. Because when you're sick and your skin is bleeding and cracking and bruising, how are you going to show up and show the world, here's how you be healthy, here's how you stand up in vibrant health? Aloha.